Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Raquel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a continuation of my Declutter Organize With Me series or whatever. My shed is in absolute chaos. It's so messy and it's a lot of stuff in here that I don't even want. So me and my husband are going to clean the shed today and I'm really looking forward to it because I enjoy this kind of project. I really hope it inspires you to tackle a project that you've been pushing off like I have, and I'm going to get started. So I have a lot of kid stuff in here. I used to babysit 2 little boys and a lot of this was their stuff. I really don't need it anymore or don't want it. So I'm gonna get rid of it, Facebook Market or just along the road for free. And I think it's really gonna go fast. So a lot of this big plasticky stuff I have no interest in keeping, but I will keep a few of the quality Tonka trucks or whatever. I love having stuff when other kids come to play, but we don't need this much stuff. I mean, we just had, this thing is it's just full in here. It's so disorganized. Okay, so we have lots of chairs and tables and this old grill here we haven't used in like a year, and it's gonna be hard to get rid of it, but we'll have to see. I think it's gonna have to go because we just no longer use it. Sell it, or another thing I do a lot with my stuff, if I cannot decide if I want to keep it or not, is I will just put like a note on it or whatever, and if we haven't used it in 6 months time to a year, it goes. So that's probably what we're gonna have to do with this grill. We have camping stuff back here, sports stuff, hockey, pool stuff, swimming pool, all kinds of kids life jackets, and more kids stuff here. Gardening stuff. Oh, that thing goes. Gardening stuff, which I'm gonna be so happy to have this completely organized before spring and get rid of a lot of stuff because let's be real, I don't really garden that much. And no idea what's up there. And then this here used to be organized. So the one thing with organizing, you can't just have a one and done deal. It's so important to have everything have a specific place, which I had tried to kind of label bottles of all sorts, cleaners, glues, whatever. I had tried to label it, but there wasn't really a home for everything, which it is pretty hard with a shed. You know, I have car stuff, pet stuff, garden, lawn, all that kind of stuff goes in here. So it's a lot of stuff, so it's important to have everything have a place, but the other important rule is to actually be consistent in putting it back. You can't just do it once and expect it to be forever nice. You have to be consistent in putting things back where they go. So I'm gonna try to make that a little easier for both of us. So, what else?
Let's be real, it's me and me, right?
I can't wait. This is a fun project. Okay, let's go. So the first thing I'm gonna do is we're gonna take everything out of this room, and we're not gonna let anything come back in unless we absolutely need it, want it, or use it regularly. So I'm making a pile for tables and chairs and for free and yard sale and stuff I want to keep, or I'm gonna go through and decide, so I don't just bring everything out and have this big mess. I actually know what I'm doing as I'm going through my stuff. I'm have little piles. So I like my gloves. What I'm doing right now is going through each bottle and determining if we actually need it, still use it. So many bottles, stuff for the car, pets, just a lot of stuff. I thought about selling this stuff, but it's not worth keeping for just a couple of blocks. I'm gonna set it out beside the road and I'm gonna see how long it takes for people to come and pick it up. Actually, a lot of this stuff was found along the road. Took a break, now I'm back. So when you're going through your stuff that belong in your storage shed outside, really evaluate what's important to you and your family. There could be like a bunch of like sporting equipment that none of y'all even use anymore. Maybe you used to, maybe they were your kids' stuff and they've kind of outgrown it. Just, I would highly recommend just essentializing what is important to your family. For us, we have a lot of outdoor stuff like swimming stuff and camping stuff. We have piles of that kind of stuff because that's what's important to us and that's what we enjoy doing. But for example, I am going through a lot of my gardening flower bed stuff because that is not important to me. I truly just do not enjoy spending time outside in my flower beds. I'm the minority, I'm pretty sure, but I just don't enjoy it at all. Like, I love my house to be perfectly clean and spotless and cute, but my outside, I need to care more, but I really just don't. And until I can afford to hire a gardener or something, it's just gonna look the way it is. Like, I have a couple perennials and something that doesn't take a lot of care. We're good to go. So I'm getting rid of a lot of my planters and stuff. I think I thought I had to buy it because that's what everybody did moving up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody goes out and buys piles of stuff for their flower beds. So I have to as well. And then it took me a couple years to realize, you know what, I'm really bad at this. And while I would love a beautiful flower bed, it's just not me. It's not where I thrive. And so, yeah, and I actually enjoy vegetable gardening a lot more. Not a whole lot, but a little bit more. So for me, that means getting rid of a bunch of planters that I bought over the years. Just little, I think they're kind of ugly now. Honestly, I don't even know why I bought them. But like a bunch of little planters that are, I guess, no, flower pots. That's what I would call it. Yeah, flower pots that I no longer, like, I'm like, why do I have all this stuff? I don't even enjoy this kind of thing. So that's just an example. For you, it could be something completely different. Even like this golf club, or not, this is not golf, this is a tennis racket. We've never played tennis, and yet we have tennis racket stuff. So if Troy wants to keep it, this is his, so if he wants to keep it, I'm totally fine with it. But like I'm just saying, like, just really essentialize what you have. Moving on. I'm getting hungry. And another thing I forgot to mention before is always measure your space before you buy a container. Like, don't just go to Walmart or Dollar Tree and buy all kinds of containers because you need to measure the space. So you're going to want to measure, for example, let me show you. So for example, you're going to want to measure like lengthwise and this way, like up and down. So up and down, so write down those measurements before you go. And then also this way. I don't know what you would call that, but this way. Because there's so many times if you just go to the store and you pick, oh, this is a cute container, or I like this or whatever, you do not use the space in the best way because you can accidentally waste space. So that's a tip that I always try to remember. So we are all done in here. This is a big project, but it was actually really, really fun. And I hope it inspires you to do a project that you've been pushing off, or better yet, to not let it get this bad as it was before. So I'm gonna be, so I'm gonna be giving you a few shots of how it was before, and then I'll show you the after, give you a little tour. We did not spend a lot of money on this project. We could have painted and made it all fancy, but you know what? This is a 1900 shed. It is old, and it really doesn't deserve that kind of attention. It's just a store, like a garden shed, so we didn't spend a lot of money. We bought a few things, totes and stuff, but other than that, we spent very little money. We just got rid of a pile of stuff, and it looks a lot better. It's crazy what you can do if you just organize and get rid of stuff you don't need. So here's a tour. So one of my favorite tips for maximizing your space in your shed is to hang things up. So this, for what I have for my brooms and shovels and rakes and that kind of thing, is this little hook thingy. You can hang up all kinds of like tools, or like I said, shovels, that kind of thing. I got this at Aldi a couple years ago. I'm gonna see if I can link one down below that's similar, but like I said, I got mine at Aldi and they don't even carry it anymore. But I love this thing. So in this particular wall, we washed it, but it's all stained. That's just how it's gonna be. So I did the same thing with hanging up stuff over here. So at Home Depot, they had these really cool hooks, all different kinds of hooks and stuff and straps to hang up your things up on the wall. Really saves space from having this stuff down at your feet on the floor. They have them for bikes, they have them for strollers, sporting equipment, so many different things. I love that little section of Home Depot because they're very affordable. They hold up a lot of weight, honestly, and so I love that we just have just things hung up on the wall, whatever. For Troy's bike, we might actually put it here eventually. That's definitely my favorite tip in this entire room. Okay, and you don't even need big hooks or anything for small things. I just use nails. So bike helmets, that kind of thing, tennis rackets, just use a nail and just put yourself up on the wall, save space. Okay, so if you remember, this behind me was just full of stuff. So, and even over here, like this was just completely crowded and so full of stuff. And so it looks a lot better now. So what I did is I got these, and we actually have tons of space here left. Like we actually have a small tiny shed that we put some of Troy's tools in, but I seriously might move them in here because we have all the space here. He doesn't have a lot of tools, but we have the room for it in here now. It's crazy. So we did not spend a lot of money on totes and organizing bins or whatever. We just got these at Walmart. I kind of wish I wouldn't have gotten black because they show a lot of dirt, but oh well, it's a shed. Anyway, unless you need something super, super durable, just get them at Walmart or whatever, because if you get like real shed or garage organizing bins or totes at like Home Depot or Lowe's, they are going to be like 3 times more expensive. And to me, I didn't really need anything super, super durable, so these work just fine. So I went through and labeled all these totes, all the smaller bins. I think it's really, really important if you can label. You don't need a fancy label maker, but this is really, really fun to have. You can just write on the tote, but I think it's important because whoever's putting the stuff away, they know exactly where it goes. There's no guessing, there's no like opening to see what's in it, you know, and kind of stuffing things in. It's just really important to label your stuff if you want to keep your space organized. So I also did that over here. So I showed you earlier that we got this at a yard sale. Or my friend got a yard sale, saved us some money. So we really like this, and actually we have several more, so we could actually build it up further if we need to. So I went and labeled all these things again, like pet shampoo, stuff for haircuts, small home repair, light bulbs, that sort of thing. I have stuff for my garden down here. These, I kind of wish I would not have gotten clear, but it works. The black kind of went with everything else that was going on in here. But yeah, like I said, these are from Walmart. They were just a couple bucks, and I think they're gonna work great for the things I use on a daily basis. I don't want to have a lid on them because then I have to like take the lid off and it's kind of annoying. For the things I use the most often, I put in something like this. I put in something like this so that I can just easily take them out, whatever, and use it. It's not quite so annoying. So if you can see here, I have everything labeled like for car use only, like all things car in one, and then spray cans and stuff in the other. And then for some of these bigger bottles, I just left out, but I think it's just a lot nicer than having all kinds of jumble mumble of spray cans and bottles and whatever, poison or whatever, all in one mumble, or in one big mess. I'm so glad to have this project done. It was fun, actually. I enjoy this kind of thing, and if you want to see more videos like this, I have another one called Extreme Decluttering My Office. I'll link it up here somewhere, and I'm going to be doing more of these videos in the future, so if you enjoy this kind of thing, subscribe. And I really hope this inspired you to tackle a project that you've been putting off, but more importantly, to not let a space get this bad, but be consistent and be putting your things away where they go right away. I know sometimes you do need a place to start, and you like don't even know where to put your things, and you just need to get rid of a bunch of stuff before you even start with organizing, and that's what we did for this room. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.